I'm doing great. Fantastic. What about you?
I'm good. I'm very good. It's nice to be able to talk to you.
Yeah, it's amazing to talk to you too. Like I've been following your work for so long. I even had like a hat phase going on, and it's actually not over.
There you go. Oh, over the headphones too. Nicely done.
Yeah, I have like 10 of them, I guess, and I was inspired by you. So
Brilliant. Oh, well, thank you. I'm flattered.
Where are yours?
Oh, where are mine? They're all in different cupboards throughout the house. I don't wear them as much anymore, but they're still here. I still have them.
Oh, great, fantastic. I hope to see a comeback of them someday.
Sure, I'll keep it in mind.
Thank you. So I would like to start thinking the question that like everyone wants to know. When will we have new work from you? A new album, new song?
Good question. Soon you will have new music. There is, I've been working on, to be honest with you, I've been working on new music definitely for the last year. And I had different plans to put different songs out and more songs out, like a lot of artists. 2020 was a big year for putting out new music, and 2020 shut down. So I had to stop, and I had to stop with those plans because most artists need to be able to go. They need to release music, and they need to be able to. They need to offer up the new music, and then they need to have a tour that's ready to happen as well. They need to put tickets on sale, and when you can't do one, it's hard to do the other. So I put a song out in the summer. I put a new song out in the summer, "Chill My Heart," and there is more music to follow. But we've just had to take a little bit more time. It's very frustrating, and it's very hard to explain, and it's very boring to explain. But it's all for good. It's all for good reason, and there is new music ready for everybody soon. I promise.
Okay, can you give us any detail at all? Anything?
I mean, I know that I love the new music, which hopefully means everybody else will love the new music. But I know that. I know that, like "Chill My Heart," I've written a lot of music suddenly that is it's personal to me in a different way than a lot of my older music. One of the ways that it's personal but different is that it's very positive. There's a lot of I've suddenly discovered all these positive things that I want to talk about in my songs, and it's interesting because they still come across as very emotional songs. So they're not just kind of plainly happy. They have this sort of emotional thread running through them. So I kind of look forward to my fans, especially the fans of mine that dig into my lyrics. I look forward to them experiencing all of that.
And how do you balance that? I mean, you now are on a phase that you want to share more of your private life, but being a very private person yourself, you don't want to overshare it. So how do you balance that on your new songs?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm learning still that I'm not sure it's about balance. I think I just have to know where the sort of boundary line is. And I have to know not to kind of step over that. But I have to know that there is a limit there is a boundary, and that up until that point, I'm just willing to share more and different things than I have in the past. And I just have to go about and do it. What's interesting about "Chill My Heart" is that's a song where I'm talking about something quite personal, but I wrapped it up in a very sort of big, happy, exciting kind of pop sound. Some of my other music is very intimate, and it's very kind of raw, and there's more music coming like that. Which, the sort of more private, personal details about me and my emotions, they show through much easier, and that's quite a scary thing for me to do. But I appreciate how effective it is, and how much people enjoy it, and how much I enjoy it.
And when you were writing "Chill My Heart," was there a point in which you kind of stopped yourself and you were like, "No, wait, this is too much. I kind of have to go back here"?
There probably was, but sorry?
or you just like let it flow and whatever the end result was?
There probably was a moment in True on My Heart where I considered those thoughts, but I tried to be less filtered. And there are other songs on this next album that are coming where I did try and stop myself, and then I recognized, no, I've just got to let this be what it is. And that I'm glad I did that, because it sounds better for it.
I'm already looking forward to it. I hardly can wait. And as you know, you have a massive fan base in Brazil, right? Especially concentrated on the James Bay, Brazil. Like, I know the girls that own the website.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know them. And they are like absolutely devoted to your work.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And how is your relationship in general with the Brazilian fans?
You know, it's only so good. And why is it only so good? Because I've not been yet. I've not come to Brazil yet.
Yeah, I mean,
so you know, I like to think it's as good as it can be, but all I really care about is getting to Brazil. And I just need, I need this global pandemic to disappear. And then I can book my plane ticket, because I would love to come and do some shows. Oh, you know, it's actually really nice getting to talk to you, because it just reminds me, at a time when it's so hard to travel anywhere, it reminds me how badly I want to get to Brazil as soon as we can travel.
You have to come. I mean, I opened a poll on Twitter with some questions to make you, and like the most asked question, like massively, was, when will James come to Brazil? Please, I can't wait anymore. Come on, years and years.
Yeah, I know it has been years. It really has been years, and I don't like that it's been that long. So I really look forward to coming to Brazil as soon as I can. I really do, and I will be there.
I hope you do. Yeah, I mean, I'm your fan too, and I'm really looking forward to watching a concert of yours. So
I just want to meet everyone in person. I want to meet everyone.
Yeah.
This is good. This is great. But like, I actually would like to be in the same room.
Yeah, I would like to. It would be amazing. But while we don't have that, you will do a live stream tomorrow, right? On the Shakespeare Globe.
Yes.
I mean, I passed in front of it one of these days, and it's like, it seems like the most lovely place ever.
Oh, it's stunning. It's a legendary spot.
It's stunning. And how have you been preparing for it? What are your expectations?
Look, I will say this. I am so excited to get to do this show, because I get to play with my band, and all my fans around the world get to experience it.
Yeah.
But there's a bittersweet element to it. The most important thing is getting back to a place in time where all the fans can be in the room with me.
Yeah.
And my heart aches for that time, and we get closer. We crawl closer and closer to that time.
Your heart is killed, right? Your heart is killed.
So much. Yeah. But we get closer to that time. You know, there was a time 6 months ago when lockdown began where going to the Globe Theatre wasn't possible. We couldn't go. We couldn't be together as a band. We couldn't do it. So the fact that we're at this point now means we're getting closer to the time when we can have all the fans in, and I can go travel around the world and come and be with fans. So it's wonderful. It's so exciting. I cannot wait for people to see what we do. And I can't wait for them to see, you know, to just hear all these different songs. Some songs I haven't heard before, some songs I haven't heard in a long time.
Will you play new songs?
There won't be too many new songs, but there will be new songs.
Oh, fantastic. And what do you think will be the most special song to sing there? Because it's like a lovely place.
That's a difficult question to answer. That's a difficult one. I mean, I'll tell you this. There's obviously different versions there's different like ticket bundles. You can get a ticket that means you can watch the show. You can get a ticket that means you can watch the show and a little extra secret show afterwards. And in that secret show afterwards, I say it's not a secret, but I put an EP out in 2013. That EP was called The Dark of the Morning.
I know.
There's a ticket bundle that you can get where you can come and see me do the show and then see me do The Dark of the Morning in full. Just me and an acoustic guitar. doing all the songs in the dark of the morning. So I'm really, that's a special moment, and we're going to do it in a really fancy, different room, still at the Globe. So yeah, I look forward to everybody seeing that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your fans are too. Everyone that I've talked to that will be able to watch the concert are pretty excited about it. I mean, it's an opportunity, right, in these times that we have to be so distant from one another to kind of connect with your fans and get a little bit closer to them. And talking about this, you've been quite, I mean, much more like present on social media, right? You weren't that much before. You have released like a contest for your fans to win tickets to tomorrow's live stream. You have been giving guitar lessons, actually. I have been taking some myself.
Oh, fantastic. Amazing.
And it's been amazing, like, to follow you and, you know, be more connected with you in times like this that, you know, we don't have like a specific period, a specific time. We don't know when we will be able to meet. So I would like you to tell me a little bit more, how has it been to be more social on social media at these times?
It's been lovely. It's been really nice. It's a strange, it's a strange experience. I think just naturally, I am a kind of a people person. I like real time with real people, and everybody on social media is a real person, but it's a lot to deal with because you don't really get the same kind of feedback in conversation that I get even if I'm sometimes I can talk to a fan from the stage and they're in the audience, and that's even more, as a transaction, that's more real than on social media. And no judgment, like, that's just my feeling towards social media, and yet I appreciate and I understand and I believe in the contact that we've been able to have through lockdown, or, you know, me and all my followers, and I've embraced it and I've enjoyed it.
Do you think it has been helping you to cope with the quarantine and this whole situation we're in?
Yeah, in some ways it has, but while it helps that, it also feeds my intense desire to get back out into the world and do shows and be with audiences properly. So it's a sort of a bittersweet experience, and yet it's kind of the only thing we have at the moment, so I will use it.
I understand, yeah. So now I have 2 questions from your fans from Twitter.
Right.
Okay, so the first one is from Guilherme. He says, when you're writing songs, do you follow any sort of ritual? Do you have a special spot that you like to write songs? And he says that he's a big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you so much. Do I have a ritual? No, not really, because
Not really.
A ritual would create, well, what a ritual would do is it would imply that there is a formula that you can attach, like an equation that you can attach to writing a great song. And the reality is there's no equation. You have to try very hard, have maybe a bit of luck, and hopefully there's some kind of talent involved, but it's difficult, and it's an adventure. It's a different adventure every time. So I suppose I try and choose to avoid getting into the habit of any particular ritual, because eventually that ritual is not going to work, and then I'm going to feel sad that I thought it was the reason I could write good songs, and it doesn't always work. So I try and avoid that kind of thing. But it's a good question.
And Gabi asks, do you have a favorite animal, and if you have pets?
Oh, good question, Gabby. I don't have pets at this point because I'm not around enough to look after pets. I mean, I have been in lockdown, but lockdown only started 6 months ago. I've certainly not been around enough in the last 5, 6, 7 years. But I do have a favorite animal. I really like gibbons. A gibbon is a type of monkey. It's got really long limbs.
Ooh. Okay. Why do you like it? You think it's cool?
I love watching them swing around in trees. I love the fact that they basically have like 4 hands. They have 2 hands up here and they have 2 hands down there, and they can grab, they can swing, and they can fly through the trees. And I just think they're amazing.
Okay, great answer. So thank you a lot, James, for talking to me today. I'm like a huge fan of your work. It's been amazing. I hope you keep doing the amazing songs that you've been doing.
Thanks a lot, Andy.